YouTube, Sugar over here once again. Vlog time. So today we're going to kick back and do a little bit of everything. I got something to unbox, something to show off, got some Pokemon news to discuss, and a little bit of reading your comments. So we're in here for the long haul, so let's get started. First up, I want to talk about the Pokemon news, because it was news, and it's new. That's what news is. Yep. So a new trailer popped up on Thursday morning, which I can't believe was only yesterday as I'm recording this, because it seems like it's been dwelling with us for a while, but it hasn't. We finally got confirmation that the Legendaries are Solgaleo for the Sun version, and that is a Psychic Steel type lion, which is really funny because everyone's like, oh, it's going to be fire, it's going to be fire, it's going to be fire, and then it's Psychic Steel. Of all things, it doesn't look the part at all, but I dig the type combination. It's got a really awesome looking attack that I don't remember the name of because I'm a delinquent. Sunsteel Strike is the name of that attack, which it just looks really freaking awesome. But the Moon Legendary is Lunala with one A and one A, not two A's and one A, or whatever the actual romanization that was in the Japanese trademark dating base was. But thankfully it's just new Lunala, and that is a Psychic Ghost type, which is arguably okay. It's going to get totally wrecked by Ghost and Dark type attacks, but hey, what are you going to do? It looks really cool, and that is what counts. Lunala has an exclusive attack called Moongeist Beam, which also looks really cool, and both have new abilities. Solgaleo has Full Metal Body, which prevents stats from being lowered, which I think was an ability called Clear Body. It's like the same thing, I think. And then Shadow Shield is Lunala's exclusive ability that if you get hit when you have full HP, the attack does significantly less damage, which also was a previous attack or ability. They just gave them new names for whatever reason. So other than that, we did get cool Pokedex-style entries. Solgaleo is honored as a missionary of the sun since ancient times. Solgaleo is referred to with reference as the beast that devours the sun. Solgaleo's body holds a vast amount of energy, and it shines with light when it's active. It has flowing mane with a remarkable resemblance to the sun. And Lunala's entry says, since ancient times, Lunala has been honored as the emissary of the moon. Referred to with reference as the beast that calls the moon, Lunala is constantly absorbing light and converting it into energy. With its wings spread to absorb the surrounding light and glittering like the crescent moon, it resembles a beautiful night sky, which it does. It's really pretty. But that does it for those guys. It's great to have all the information on these legendaries now. We kind of knew the names already from the trademark database, but just having the confirmation is really cool. Plus, we got the cool entries, the attacks, the typings, the abilities, all that fun stuff. We also got some information on the characters that you will be. You will be able to kind of personalize your characters a bit. How big the character customization is has yet to be known, but you will be able to pick your hair color, skin tone, and stuff, dog, at the beginning of the game, and maybe even later on in the game as well. So there is that. We got cool artwork of everything as well. So you got the trainer characters right there, so they look kind of neat. One thing I will point out on those we'll talk about in a minute. But anyway, as I said multiple times when we first got the trailer, Hala is not the professor. If he was a professor, he's not the professor anymore. He could still be a professor. There could be two professors, just like we had two Junipers in Diamond and Pearl. So he's not a professor, but the main professor of the game is Kukui, or Kukui, or however you want to stress the vowels in his name. But regardless, lots of people have the hots for him, and that's fine. But anyway, just like all the professors have certain things that they're really into, Kukui's all about Pokemon moves. And so that's kind of cool, because we haven't really had a professor that focused on the actual attack abilities of Pokemon. It's like, oh, I'm into breeding, oh, I'm into evolution, oh, I'm into whatever the other ones were into, nature and stuff. But these are just like straight up moves, and that's kind of cool. It's something that's unique for Kukui. Another thing that's really unique for him is this thing. Yes, that is a Rotom in a Pokedex, and that is awesome. I love Rotom. I have a washed Rotom on my competitive, I use that term really loosely, team, and I love Rotom. He's cool. I love all his different forms. It's really neat. And to see him go into a Pokedex and act as your Pokedex for this game is just really cool. I would love it if you could have an option, or it does it automatically or whatever, to have him follow you. Now, that hasn't been in any of the footage shown yet, but it would still be really cool to have that guy following you around, like at all times, or when you want to, or just you hit a button and he's like flying around next to you or something. That's just really cool, and he looks cool. But whether that means you start with Rotom, or if you get Rotom later on down the line, there's so many different things that could happen with him, which is really cool. Can you change his form later? Can you use him in battle even? That's the biggest question, is whether you can actually use him in battle. Because Rotom's a really cool Pokemon, and a pretty strong Pokemon at that. So having someone like him available to you to battle with at the beginning of the game, it seems a little bit kind of fishy. But at the very least, I think you will get him at the start. Kukui will give him to you, but whether you can use him or not, might not be unlocked until later. So we'll see how that goes, but that is really cool. I dig that a lot. There's a little bit of footage floating around from the various Japanese trailers, like the map updates at real time, and he adds nav points, so you can mark where you need to go, and you can just follow the nav point if you get lost, which would help me so many times in Lumio City, but that's a topic for a different day. So that is really cool, and I dig that a lot. I know a lot of people are like, oh, I hope the nav points are optional. I don't want the game to hold my hand. It might be, it might not be. I don't really care either way, but I understand. I understand the complaint of that. I want a challenge in a game too, for sure. As for the other characters, the two kind of kid characters are Lily, an assistant to Kukui, but she's all mysterious and doesn't know anything about her. Oh no. And then Hao, I think it's Hao. I'm not Hawaiian or familiar with the Hawaiian language, so I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I think it's Hao. He is the rival character that we saw in previous trailers, so he will probably be the one that follows you around and battles you all the time. Whether Lily is a different rival character that will also follow you, kind of like how we did in Black and White and X and Y, where we had different rival characters following you around. Same with the female or male player character, depending on which gender you pick. Whether they're going to be a major player in the game and follow you around too, who knows? But Lily and Hao and then the player character are three kind of same-aged player characters that we have right now. But we did get a little bit of cool shots of the Alola region. We have like 4 major islands, I think, and one artificial island in the middle that might have something to do with the Pokemon League, or a different thing in the game, like a battle frontier or something. Please let there be a battle frontier. But anyway, that looks really cool, so it'll be interesting to see whether we have to surf, or we have to fly, or we take a boat. How we get to these different islands is going to be really cool as well. And then finally, a new QR system was announced, to where there will be like QR codes that you can get online, and like you just say there's a QR code for a Pikachu, and then you can scan that, and then Pikachu will be in your Pokedex. So then you can use the Pokedex entry to find out where Pikachu is available in the game, and you can go find it. Now, granted, with the internet, all we have to do is type in Pikachu, and we know exactly where Pikachu is in that game. We don't need QR codes. But the idea is kind of cool in terms of if you're trying to build your Pokedex, sharing information with other people to help them. It's a cool concept at the very least. With the age of the internet, it's not something we really need, but it is something that is definitely cool at the very least. It'll be interesting to see whether the QR system eventually leads to certain events. Like you have to scan a QR code at like Nationals or Worlds or something, and you can go find an exclusive Pokemon in the game. Or you get a card from GameStop, or a newsletter from Pokemon.com, or what have you, that has a QR code in it, and that will unlock a new event to go find, or a new Pokemon to go find with that data from the QR code. So there's all sorts of possibilities with that that are actually really, really fascinating. There is one other thing I wanted to address. It is kind of spoilery territory because it hasn't officially been announced yet. But I want to address the little things that are on the player character's wrists. Those things right there. Yeah, those things. There is a crystal in there. That little diamond-shaped crystal appears in the Japanese logos for Sun and Moon, and a lot of people were speculating that that is going to be a ticket to a new gimmick sort of evolution in Sun and Moon. And now with Ash Greninja being a prevalent thing, this sort of fusion between human and Pokemon, not like the Rebirth manga, not that much, but in kind of like the spiritual connection that powers up the Pokemon, it's something that a lot of people are thinking that will be a basis in Sun and Moon. And so we have this new sort of Mega Bangle, Mega Bracelet, Mega Ring sort of looking device on the player character's wrist that has one of the crystals in it. Now, it hasn't really been said what those crystals are for. However, I'm not going to say confirmed yet because all I've seen is a picture of the source code of the the English website, I think, because it was written in English, called Synergy Evolution. Now, I don't know if this is verified yet. I just wanted to talk about it really quick, which makes sense. But like I said, that could have been a manipulated screenshot. I don't want to say that it's confirmed, because as of right now, it hasn't been, and I haven't really seen any outlets talking about it yet. So I don't particularly want to say anything like that. But we can at least say for sure that between the diamond-shaped crystals appearing in the Japanese Sun and Moon logos and then having the player character have a device with the crystal on it, that crystal will play a role in some point in this game. To top it off, I've seen a recent picture from the ORAS Pokemon Special or Pokemon Adventure manga series, and a crystal of, I think, emeralds got converted into a diamond-shaped crystal that is oddly like the ones that are on the player character's wrists. So that could be something that is really cool and a little hint of what's to come in the future of Sun and Moon. But like I said, I don't know if Synergy Evolution actually is in any of the data for the Pokemon website. If it is, we don't physically see it. And I haven't checked myself, so I'm not really 100% sure on anything like that. But at the very least, it's a really awesome concept, and those crystals will definitely play a part in some fashion to the new play style of the Alola region. So that about does it for Pokemon talk, and that is really about that. I did want to say really quick that I did pick up 2 of the Manaphy TCG boxes from my local Walmart today, so those will be up sometime next week. Excuse me, that was weird. So those will be up sometime next week. I still haven't found the plush or the figure yet. I was at my Toys R Us, I think 2 days ago. They still haven't had anything out. They're just full of Pikachus, and those still aren't out yet, so I don't know when I'm going to find them, but hopefully it is pretty soon. I am going to check probably tomorrow, because it's already pretty late here right now, so I can't really leave the house again. So I'll probably check tomorrow for those while I'm out. But that is that for my whole Pokemon talk. I still have a ton of the Pikachu related Pokemon 20 merchandise that I haven't taken a look at yet because I am awful, and I do apologize for that. So those will be on the way, as well as the gem figures for Jessie and Wobbuffet, and then James and Meowth. I wanted to get those out this week, but a lot of things happened that prevented me from being able to do those, so I do apologize for that, but expect those next week as well, because I need a little bit of padding until the next wave of Geoja toys get here, which I paid for the shipping today, so hopefully those will get here in the middle of next week, so we can take a look at those next weekend. But at the very least, I did have a cool box here that I wanted to open. So as you can see, the box has my name on it. Granted, it also has Walmart's name on it, so I don't know, but this is a box from Playmates Toys, and I know one thing that's in here because I was told about it. If there is anything else in here, I am not aware about it, so we shall see if there's any surprises in store. But obviously, like I said, this is from Playmates Toys, so it is a Turtles-related item. I've been working with Playmates Toys, not like exclusively or anything like that, but for 2 or 3 different videos now, and they're awesome company to work with. Turtles is something I really enjoy. I don't do a whole lot of videos on it, but it is definitely something I really like. So let's jump right in. Oh, there is extra stuff. Bubble wrap. Extra bubble wrap. That's what we got. Whole lot of extra bubble wrap. So, the thing I knew about is this. I could have shown the other side too, I suppose. But the, what do they call it? The Turtle Tactical Truck. And so this is basically like the Shell Razor, or like not even the, really kind of like the Party Wagon, I guess. But it is a garbage truck that they converted into a battle truck, or a tactical truck, as it says. So I knew about this one. I knew this was coming, so that's really cool. It doesn't come with any figures or anything of the like, and I guess they knew that, so I got some figures too. We got Michelangelo. We have Shredder, who looks kind of derpy. I mean, well, here's Michelangelo. There's the Michelangelo figure, which is awesome, because Mikey's my favorite in pretty much any canon. Here is the Shredder figure, and it's not that the figure is bad. I think like this design of Shredder is just really underwhelming, especially compared to how like beefed up Shredder was in the first movie. So you get like this one that just looks like a dude in like pajamas with a little bit of armor on. So that one's kind of weird. Who else? We also have a foot soldier. So they got all sorts of people to fight. And the last one is Leo. So we got Leonardo. So that means I have to pick up Donatello and Raphael and the Krang and Bebop and Rocksteady and a Casey figure at some point. And there's another Splinter, I guess, for some reason. He needed another figure. But anyway, so that is that. I'm really happy. I was hoping that they would include some figures, because otherwise this thing is kind of useless, because I wouldn't have anyone to shoot or no one to drive it. But now I got 2 turtles to drive it and 2 people to shoot. Where's the other shooter? 2 people to shoot. I got 2 people to drive it. And by the time that video gets done, I might actually have purchased at least the other 2 turtles. So that is that. That will be coming sometime next week, I think. I think that was a dated video. I don't remember. I'll have to check my schedule and see about that. But that will be happening sometime relatively soon. Movie just came out today, actually, to questionable reviews, because I don't know what anyone's saying about it yet. I saw one person see it, and they said it was pretty okay. So I really liked the first movie. I'm really looking forward to the second one, because it looks a heck of a lot better than the first one. So I'm really looking forward to seeing it. Don't know when I'm going to see it, but hopefully sometime soon. Yeah, so I'm gonna stop rambling. I think that's everything I wanted to cover. I said I was going to answer some questions, didn't I? So in the last vlog, a lot of people were asking me about my shirt, and I was wearing the Snorlax Nike logo Just Don't Do It shirt. I got that from Ripped Apparel. Ripped is one of those places that does like the 3 to 4 shirts daily up on their site. You can buy one for like $10 or whatever. It was 13 because I wear 2X, but yeah, so it's not something you can like instantly go out and buy. You had to buy it that day. But occasionally they'll put up like older shirts again. So keep an eye out on that. Plus, occasionally the artist of that shirt will put it on other sites. So keep an eye on places like Redbubble and stuff to see if the design pops up anywhere else. So there is that. That was really cool. I loved that shirt. I got one that says Snore Loops too, the cereal sort of shirts. And I like that one as well, but I haven't worn that in a vlog yet. But I digress. I've wasted enough time. I'm just going to go ahead and end it here. We did a bunch of cool stuff. We talked about all the Pokemon news. We said that this was on the way at some point. We unboxed some cool stuff from Playmates Toys. Lots of neat turtle stuff coming your way. Other than that, expect a lot more Pokemon toy reviews. I got the Gem series coming up. I got some of the Tomy domestic releases that I can do as well, and there's all sorts of Pikachus too. So all futs. Speaking of Pokemon figures, I completely forgot. Kevin Jedimon, he sent me Machamp because I couldn't find a Machamp at my Walmarts. Greninja is supposed to be coming out pretty soon too. Greninja and a Mewtwo. All I pretty need. I'm like dying for a posable Greninja figure. That should have happened a long time ago. But anyhow, that is that. So lots of cool stuff on the horizon. I keep an eye on the review schedule. That does change daily because everything changes daily around here. And like I said, the Geoger stuff, Geo the Light, and I think it's just Geo the Light because I'm not getting the Gunrod thing. That should be probably either late next week or early the week after next week, depending on when it gets here from HLJ. So there's that. Ash and Misty Gem Series is in that box as well. So we'll get to Jesse and James, so we'll do Ash and Misty, and then they just announced Brock and Nurse Joy, too. So that's cool. They showed off a red statue that looked really friggin' cool. So there's lots of cool like Pokemon statues and stuff on the way too. So that will be neat. And they announced this figure line too, and I don't know what it is. I want to know. Now I'm rambling, and I'm sorry. I'm just gonna end it here. So that about does it for this vlog. If you like it, go ahead and blast that like button, comment below, and subscribe for more. I want to keep talking, but I won't. So take care. Have a great one. Bye.
Bye-bye.